everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura with the blog artreallyhouse.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a sleepy time rub or lotion for children, adults, and even babies. It has been brought to my attention lately that we have good sleepers here in my home. Me and my sister talk about this often. She has 6 kids, I have 4, going on number 5, and all of my kids sleep really good. So I am sure it has some to do with genetics, because all of her kids definitely require less sleep than my kids, and all of my kids have always been pretty good sleepers. Well, I should correct that, not as babies. I do not have good sleeping babies. I am a co-sleeping mama, and they stay in my room for a long time. I nurse them whenever they want overnight, but as soon as I wean them overnight and I put them into their rooms, they become really good sleepers, and my kids require a lot of sleep. So that's probably genetic, but I do have a few tips and some things that I do every single night to really calm them down and get them ready for going to bed. So I wanted to share my tips with you, but first I'm going to show you how to make this sleepy time rub. In case you don't want any tips, you just want this recipe, we'll make this first, and then I'll give you some of my tips here at the end of this video. So this is going to be just like a whipped lotion with shea butter and coconut oil, really gentle ingredients that are good for sensitive skin in case you're using this on kids or even a baby. And then we're gonna add in a couple calming essential oils, and I'm gonna tell you about diluting them properly in case you're making this for an adult or for a baby. And then we will whip it up, and it's going to be a rub that you can apply onto the bottoms of your baby's feet or just down their spine's a good place to really help calm them before bed. So this is very simple to make. I've made a lot of lotions here on the channel, and it's similar to those. I'm using less ingredients in this because this is suitable for a child and a baby. I wanted to make it extra sensitive for their gentle little skin. So to start off, I just turned on my double boiler here, and I mentioned before, if you don't have a double boiler, that's totally okay. This is just a pot of water that I bring to a boil, and then I just place a bowl over top of it, and it's the exact same thing as a double boiler. So I'm just gonna do equal parts of shea butter and coconut oil. I am doing 1/4 cup right now, and so there's my shea butter. And this could also be, you could also use cocoa butter or mango butter in replace of the shea butter if you prefer. Any type of butter will work to give that nice whipped fluffy consistency. And then I'm gonna add in 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Now those ingredients, we are just going to let them melt, and then we're going to remove it from the heat, add in our essential oils, whip it up, and it's that easy to make this sleepy time rub. So all of my ingredients are melted, and I removed it from the heat, and I've let it cool for about 5-10 minutes. And now I'm going to add in my essential oils. So if you are making this for an adult or anyone over the age of 13, you can add in about 20 drops of essential oils into this. If you're making this for someone 5 to 12, you can add in half that amount. I would do 10. And then if you're making this for a toddler or a baby, I would add in 5 drops of essential oil. So some of my favorite ones for sleep are lavender. I really like frankincense for sleep. I really like Roman chamomile, vetiver, cedarwood, sandalwood. Those are some of my favorite calming essential oils. So you can do a blend of oils, you can do one oil, doesn't really matter, kind of what works best for you. Everybody's a little bit different. Because I'm making this for the kids, I'm gonna do about 10 drops, and I'm gonna do lavender and Roman chamomile. Those oils are very sensitive and gentle, so they're great for baby skin. So I'm just gonna add in my essential oils. And then I'm just going to place this bowl in the refrigerator and let it set up slightly. You don't want it to be solid, but you want it to be firm enough that whenever you press your thumb into the mixture, it holds the indent, but that you can still press your thumb in. Then you could take an electric hand mixer and whip it up. It'll get really light and fluffy. And we're gonna store this in a glass mason jar, or something that is glass is always best with essential oils, and something that has an airtight lid on it. So you can store it in whatever you want, but I'm putting mine in a mason jar with an airtight lid. And then when you go to apply this, you just need a dime-sized amount of it. Massage it into the feet, put on socks. Like I said, another great place to put this is down the back of the spine. That's especially a great place if you're putting it on babies, because they can't really reach that and mess getting it into their hands, which will go into their mouths or their eyes. So a great place to put oils on babies is feet and down the spine. Okay, so let's get into some of my tips for getting my children to sleep well and really help with those bedtime battles. So something that we do is we are very consistent. We have been doing the same bedtime routine for years. My daughter is 7, and this is kind of the same routine that we've been doing for a long time. We have a set bedtime. Now, of course, during the summertime, it's a little bit later than in the wintertime, so there's a lot more going on. It's lighter outside, so we tend to stay out longer. And then also, it's okay to have exceptions when you're on vacations, or if you have a birthday party or something like that. I don't like our schedules to really dictate our life, because to me, that's stressful. But while we are getting them on the schedule, we're pretty consistent with that. Now that our kids are pretty used to it, if we have to fluctuate a little bit, it's okay. But for the most part, we have the same routine. We put them down at the same time, and it's really helpful for them to know what's coming. Kids thrive on schedules. So for them to have a schedule, it really helps them to know when we're going to sleep and what we expect out of them, and then in return they know what to expect out of us. We start off the bedtime routine with having everybody go potty and get a drink. Now, the reason why we do this is because we don't want the kids to be saying 5 minutes after they're in bed that I'm thirsty, or say they have to go potty, or have any reason that they need to come out of the room, because the only reasons why they would need to come out is if they need something, because they're supposed to be sleeping. And so we try to get all of those needs out of the way before we put them into their beds. We have a pretty extensive bedtime routine. I mean, it's simple. We don't do bath time every night. I know some people do baths in their routine every night. I don't do that. We have 4 kids, and so that would take a long time. Also, I don't think it's a great idea to bathe your kids every single day, because it can dry out their skin. So after we brush their teeth and we do jammies, we apply the oils to their feet, or put, I like to either do a roller bottle or this Sleepy Time lotion blend. Either one's fine. If you want to even take this a step further, you can fill the diffuser with a few of these oils that I talked about, the lavender, the chamomile, frankincense, something like that. Really calming oils, turn their diffusers on. And then we read stories. My husband always reads them a story or tells them a story. They love hearing stories about when we were little kids. We do a age-appropriate Bible study, and then we do a nighttime prayer, and then everybody gets into their beds. We have 4 kids, 2 in each room, and so one of us goes in one room, one goes in the other, and individually we sing each kid a song, tell them goodnight, give them a kiss, and then we switch rooms and do it for the other 2 kids, and then we close the doors, lights off, and they know that we mean business with bedtime. We've always been pretty strict about bedtime. We don't really let them come out of their room unless it's an emergency. Of course, like I said, it's okay if there are incidents where bedtime's later, or if there are sicknesses, babies are teething, things like that. But for the most part, they know that once the doors are closed, that we stay in our bed and we lay down. And after you really do a lot of those calming things before bed, maybe apply a few of those Sleepy Time oils, our kids really do drift off to sleep pretty fast. And so I don't do blackout curtains or sound machines. I do sound machines during nap time because it's louder in our house, but overnight, I mean, it's pretty quiet. Everybody goes down at the same time. Like I said, we have age 7 to 2. They're all go to bed at the same time. And so once they're in bed, it's pretty quiet out here, so I don't do sound machines. Not completely against them, we don't need them. And I don't do blackout curtains because it just makes it easier if we're traveling. There's less things that we have to bring. They already know how to fall asleep when it's light outside. That's kind of our bedtime routine. You know, my tips really are to be consistent. Try to put your kids down at the same time every night when possible. Really do some calming activities before bed just to make them nice and tired, and just applying some of these nice and calming essential oils really helps to set the mood. So I hope that helps you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this recipe. If you're new to my channel, be sure to check out my description box. I have a ton of essential oil education down there. I even have an ebook all about using essential oils on kids with a dilution chart and some different recipes and some safety guidelines. And so I will link that down there for you if you want to grab that. I also have a free essential oil class where I show you all the different ways that we use essential oils here in our home. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week, and I hope to see you all in the next one.